Guten Tag, ich heiße Zach. Today I am going to teach you how to conjugate the most common German modal verbs. Let's begin. Our first verb is können. Können. This verb translates to be able to in English. This is the conjugation. Ich kann, I can. Du kannst, you can. Sie, es kann. He, she, it can. Wir können, we can. Ihr könnt, you guys can. Sie können, they, you can. An important thing to note about this, however, about the last subject, sie, is that it can mean either they or you. If it means you, then it is referring to the formal type of you. Most of the time, you will only need to differentiate between the two in writing. While speaking, sie sounds the same for either they or you, so context will be important. Our next verb is müssen, which can mean either must or have to in English. Let's begin. Ich muss, I must. Du musst, you must. Sie, es muss. He, she, it must. Wir müssen, we must. Ihr müsst, you guys must. Sie müssen, they or you, formal, must. Once again, with sie müssen, it can either mean they, as in plural, must, or it can also mean you, as in the formal type of you, that you must. And another important thing to know about müssen is the umlaut, that U just after the M in müssen has two dots over it. Those dots indicate that the accent has changed. It's more of a frontal U rather than a more back of the mouth U, like in ich muss versus wir müssen. So whenever you see the U umlaut with the two dots above it, remember to front your U. Let's move on to the next one. This next verb is wollen, which means to want to. Let's begin. Ich will, I want. Du willst, you want. Sie, es will. He, she, it wants. Wir wollen, we want. Ihr wollt, you guys want. Sie wollen, they or you formal want. Dürfen, may. This verb can also be roughly translated to be allowed to, as in, I am allowed to go to the park, or I am allowed to go to the store. Let's begin. Ich darf, I may. Du darfst, you may. Sie, es darf. He, she, it may. Wir dürfen, we may. Ihr dürft, you guys may. Sie dürfen, they or you formal may. Once again, the U in dürfen has the umlaut, so it's a U and not an U sound. So pay attention to that while pronouncing this verb. Our next verb is mögen, which means to like. As a side note, there are two main verbs in German to like. There's mögen, which is used mostly for people. This is a stronger version of the verb to like. There's a more common version for objects called gefallen. We will not be going over gefallen today, but a good rule of thumb is to use mögen when you're talking about liking people and gefallen when you talk about liking things or objects. Okay, let's begin. Ich mag. I like. Du magst. You like. Er, sie, es mag. He, she, it likes. Wir mögen. We like. Ihr mögt. You guys like. Sie mögen. They or you formal like. Once again, the sound in mögen is an umlaut, which means that the U vowel is going to be fronted like This can be a difficult sound for English speakers to pronounce. The best way to imagine it would be the ER sound in American English, that sound, but pronouncing it as if the R isn't there, but still retaining that vowel, that fronted vowel sound like instead of It's difficult to pick up, but with practice you can do it. And for our last verb, which is a bonus verb, we are going to talk about the important modal verb möchten, which roughly translates to I would like to, or would like to. This is similar to the verb mögen, but this one is conjugated in a special way as it's in a different mood called the subjunctive, which we won't go into detail with today, but I would just like to point out that the subjunctive is used with some verbs very commonly, which mögen happens to be one of those verbs. So let's begin. Ich möchte. I would like to. Du möchtest. You would like to. Er, sie, es möchte. He, she, it would like to. Wir möchten. We would like to. Ihr möchtet. You guys would like to. Sie möchten. They or you formal would like to. Once again, möchten has that umlaut o in its pronunciation. So this one is similar to the o, to the in mögen. Just imagine the American English sound without the r and pronounce it that way, like This verb möchten is mostly used for, it's mostly used with other verbs, such as lesen, which can mean to read. I could say, ich möchte lesen. I would like to read, or ich möchte gehen. Gehen can mean either to go or to leave. If I said ich möchte gehen, that would mean I would like to leave. So as you can see, modal verbs are very useful, especially when they are combined with other verbs as well. That's everything for today. If you have any questions or you would like to practice, then leave me a comment below and I will correct your practice and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Danke fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal.